All right, so if you're in your 20s, you feel like you're lost, you're behind in life, you see all of these people, crazy shape, they're making a bunch of money, and you're asking yourself, why am I not like that person? Then this video is for you. I myself have I myself have been in your shoes maybe 2 years ago, and I still am, to be honest. Like, there's always someone else to compare myself to. So, the way I view it is that it's a never ending progress. But today, I'll basically share you my 4-week game plan on how I go about introducing really big habits into my life and just taking overall like a positive and a big step towards the right direction, towards the goals and the objectives that I set myself. Now, each person is different, but I believe that there's three main things that every person should be focusing on: their health, their wealth, and their fitness. If you have all three things, I believe that you can live a fulfilled life, and I believe that those three things are what matters the most in every person's life. Now, in order to have good relationships with your friends, your family, your loved ones, and also with yourself, I believe that you need wealth and your health. If you're not healthy, if you're not in shape, it's going to be very hard to maintain relationships because you're not going to love yourself. You're going to always doubt how the way you look, or maybe some people might judge you. As well as wealth. If you cannot take care of yourself financially and take care of your loved ones financially as well, then it'll be very hard to live a fulfilling life. So that is why I like to focus on health and wealth and then focus on relationships. So in today's video, that's going to be the main focus. Now, if you've ever tried to incorporate a new habit in your life, what most likely happened is that on day one, you were super motivated and you pushed yourself to the absolute max. Maybe it's quitting video games, maybe it's eating super healthy, maybe it's working out, and you just went 0 to 100 overnight. And what happens when you do that is that you burn out real quick because you're not used to it. It's like going to the gym as a complete beginner and putting max weights on the squat and just expecting yourself to be able to push that. It is unrealistic. That will not happen. So what we have to do is just take it one step at a time and go at it gradually. Now, enough rambling on my end. Let's start with the 4-week training. Essentially, on week 1, your main focus will be to eliminate all bad habits. Now, depending on the amount of habits you have, the bad ones, it might take you the entire 4 weeks. It might take you even more than 4 weeks. Maybe you only have 1 or 2 habits that you want to change, so it might be relatively quick. But the important part is I just want you to focus on eliminating bad habits. Now, again, if one of your habits is playing video games and you've been playing video games your entire life, do not expect yourself overnight to just cut that off completely. Take it one step at a time. Maybe you reduce the amount of hours that you play video games. Make yourself like a realistic game plan and focus on that until it becomes easy. And then slowly try removing more bad habits. And the problem that most people do at this stage is that they eliminate bad habits, but they also add good ones. So not only is it hard to eliminate the bad habits in itself, but you're also adding extra steps in your life which you're not used to it, which is adding lots of friction. So you cannot expect yourself to be able to win if you do that. Okay, it's not going to work. So what you do instead is you just identify all of the bad habits and slowly start removing them one by one. And at the same time, what I want you to do during that week is take a piece of paper and just write down the life that you want. Write it in the present tense, not I will be successful, I will make a bunch of money, but I am making a bunch of money. Because when you put it in the future, you're already pushing things off to the next day. And we don't want to do that anymore. We want to take action, so write it in the present. So I am this, I have this type of relationship with my family, I have this type of girlfriend, I make this much money, and go really in depth. It took me maybe 40-45 minutes to write mine. But trust me, that little paper that you write will help you throughout your entire journey. It's going to be a reminder of the life that you want, of the person you want to become. Now, once we're done with week 1, we've eliminated maybe one bad habit, we identified all of them, and we're slowly trying to remove them, and we made that game plan. After 1 week of doing that, you're going to be ready to introduce one good habit. Now, if you remember at the beginning of the video, I told you that there's health, wealth, and relationships. Relationships, we're going to put a pause on that. And then there's wealth and health. I believe that health is the number one thing that everyone should be focused on. Because a healthy body equals a healthy mind, and with a good mind, you can build wealth and have good relationships. But if you don't love the way you look, if you don't love yourself, And how do you expect to have good relationships with other people? So my advice in week 2 is to start taking your health seriously. And that mostly revolves around working out. Okay, it can be also like getting a nice haircut, taking your supplements, eating better, avoiding junk food, but also, of course, working out. I really believe that if it wasn't for working out, I wouldn't have the discipline and the motivation to work towards my goals. It taught me consistency. It made me realize that even though I can give it my all at the gym and completely burn myself out, I will go home the next day, look at myself in the mirror, and not look any different. I know in the back of my mind that if I do this enough times, eventually I will see progress. It's not going to happen overnight, but with consistency, with me doing it over and over every single day, despite the results that I see in front of me, I will eventually see what I want to see. And that's going to be a very important lesson to learn later on in life. So if you're not working out, 100% get yourself in the gym, get a basic plan, don't overcomplicate, just go on YouTube, find a plan that you like, and just put it to action. If you don't like the exercises, do something else. Like, it's not rocket science. So week 1, we identified bad habits, we're removing them. Week 2, we introduced 1, which is working out, eating better, taking care of your health. Week 3, I want you to start educating yourself and learning new things. Week 3, I want you to look back at that piece of paper and see what is the main big thing that you want to achieve in your life. For some people, it might be the same thing as week 2, which is just being in incredible shape. If that's the case, then great, you focus on that and you double down and you really do everything that's needed in order for you to get that amazing shape, if that's what you want to achieve in life. For me, it was starting a business. I wanted to make money. So I looked into a bunch of things. I discovered marketing agencies. It made sense for me because I'm helping other businesses make more money. Of course, it's an offer that people are going to want to work with. I spent all of my time learning how to start a marketing agency. So how to sell, how to generate appointments, how to fulfill, how do ads work, how do I get appointments, how do I follow up with leads, all of these things that I'm supposed to be knowledgeable in to have a marketing agency. I was spending that week learning everything, and I still am today. So in week 3, you identify what is the big thing that I want to achieve in life. If it's being better in college, then great. How do I become a better student? How do I learn? How do I get in contact with mentors, with my teachers that can help me, or whatever. Okay, so whatever your main objective is in life, week 3, we spend that week just learning how to become the best at that one thing. And of course, throughout this week, I want you to also introduce additional better habits and continue removing all the bad habits in your life. So maybe in week 1, you remove video games, week 2 is drinking, week 3 is junk food, I don't know, so you just take it one step at a time. Now, in week 4, I want you to take everything that you've learned in week 3, so everything that you're learning towards that big goal, and just put it into action. It's very easy to watch a bunch of YouTube videos, read a bunch of books, work with mentors, and to feel accomplished despite you not taking action and not actually doing anything. Okay, it's like the classic saying, I can read a bunch of books on how to throw a basketball, but until I actually do it, I'm never going to become good at it. I'm not going to learn how to do it. And it's the same principle in life. So if you want to start a business as well, it's good that you're watching videos on how to sell, how to close, how to make a website, all these things, but if you don't actually take action and you don't do anything, nothing is going to change in your life. And you're, again, going to give up very quickly because why should I continue doing this? My life isn't that much different. I'm putting myself through all this hell and I'm not getting closer to my objective. So why am I going to continue learning? If you do take action and you do what you're supposed to be doing, then you will see the results of your labor. And then it becomes a lot easier to stay motivated and to continue working towards that one goal. Again, in week 4, we put into action what we learned. If it's starting a business, we build that website, we make that logo, we find our business name, which can be done all within a couple of hours. And then we pick up the phone and we talk to a bunch of strangers and we try to get them to work with us. That's the hard part. That's where most people give up. They don't actually take action on those goals. And that's what's going to separate the winners versus the losers, the bums. That's what I call them. Okay, if you want to become a bum and just sit in the basement and not do anything with your life, then this is where you stop and you don't take action on what you learn. If you want to become a bum, that's exactly what you do. And if you want to become a winner, and get the life that you've always wanted, then this is when you take action. Of course, I'm not expecting you to become a fully educated entrepreneur by week 4 after only 1 week of training, but the lesson what I'm trying to teach you guys is that there has to be an equal output of learning as well as action. So for everything that we learn, we have to put it into action. And as long as you're doing that, as long as you're constantly learning new things and then you put it into action, trust me, each little step towards the life that you want eventually will add up. You will live the life that you've always wanted. As simple as that. Okay, so I hope this video was useful. It's not too late for you. Your life can change overnight. You'd be very surprised how quickly you taking one good decision, building one good habit can entirely change the direction of your life. Me starting my YouTube channel and just saying to myself, look, I'll just post a video per day until something happens, no matter how I feel, completely changed my life. One habit, I will post one video per day. That was like one of my next goals after I had my agency and everything. I wanted to start a personal brand. So I said to myself, one good habit, I will post one video per day until something happens, and thankfully something did. So yeah, I hope this was useful. If you want to learn how to start your own business, if that's what you're interested in, that's what I focus on mostly, feel free to check my YouTube channel. There's a bunch of videos explaining how to do it. There's step-by-step guides, absolutely everything that you need. And also, if you want to get mentored by me personally, one by one, I hold your hand and I help you achieve that dream outcome. By all means, book a call with my team and we'll help you out. Otherwise, best of luck with everything. Let's make some money. Let's get our health up, our relationship, everything. Let's change our lives. And we'll see you in the next video. Peace.